Hi, hello. My name is Deanna of The Visual Aspect, and I am going to do a get ready with me and talk about the whole discussion around bonnets and just give you my little take on it and just my opinion about the whole thing. And I want to do more of these and just chit chat about different topics that are trending and just have a place for us to discuss it. So I think that just is super interesting, and I want to do something a little bit different on my channel. That way you get to know me even better. But yeah, I am wearing the same top. I look completely different, but I forgot to do an intro to my video. Sorry, this is like kind of weird, a little bit different, but I forgot, but I remembered because I was wearing this shirt again. So let's get into the video. Okay, so we're going from busted to looking good. I am going to an event tonight, so I'm gonna do my makeup and I wanna talk about a few things. I feel like I just don't share a lot of my thoughts, and honestly, it's because I just want to be like Switzerland with everyone. I low-key share my thoughts with certain people, but I want to be more open and transparent about things. And yeah, so there is some stuff going on, but first I think I need to I just put my wig on. I'm gonna try and leave it more wavy. I think that'll be cute for I'm going to the Van Gogh preview night tonight here in Austin, so I'm just gonna clip that up and I'll show you the finished product with my look, with my outfit here in a second. So but yeah, there's just, let's talk, let's chat. So the first thing I wanted to talk about, and actually, sorry, once again I'm stopping. Disclaimer, I am not a makeup artist. I do very, I know I can fool you guys by how well I blend eyeshadow, but I am not a makeup artist, so please don't come for me in the comments saying, you're doing that wrong. I probably am, because I just show up and I just try and do my makeup my own way. So that's not what this is about. We're just getting ready, okay? But I'm gonna try and use this Makeup Revolution palette. Oh, that's not focusing. Don't focus on my face. There we go. It's the Reloaded Velvet Rose. I was kind of playing around with it last night and trying to watch some tutorials because I'm pretty challenged in the makeup department. But anyway, I'm gonna start with some primer. But yeah, so I just wanted to chat, share my thoughts on some things, a hot take, if you will, and it's regarding the whole bonnet conversation that I have been seeing raging mainly within the Black community. If you are unaware of what a bonnet is, or you have no idea what I'm talking about, one second. This is a bonnet. I wear it at night to, it's kind of like, if you don't wear bonnets, you're not Black, or you don't have textured hair to where you need to maintain your textured hair through the night, or whenever you go out on the streets. Satin pillowcases, also another good thing to have. So I do both. And yes, so this is something that I just wear whenever I'm sleeping. It's right next to my bed because I'm trying to be better about things like that. But yeah, so there was a video by Monique that was posted a few weeks ago, and I actually didn't even see it myself until maybe a week ago. And it was because there was the energy from women, Black women, about her video. I was like, she must have really just came at this so hard. And I don't know, I will share my thoughts about it afterwards, but basically I went and looked up the video, so I was like, what is this about? Because I've been seeing it, this topic being talked about in so many different ways, because there's a side that's like, I can do whatever I want, I can wear whatever I want outside, because it wasn't just bonnets. It's like showing up to places, going outside in pajamas, slippers, hair's mess, bonnets, and the whole head scarves and all the whole, like the whole deal. Not anything to do with anyone like culturally with the hijabs or the like an African like head wrap. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about what I just showed you that I wear to bed. But so I was like, let me just look this up for myself. So basically, there was some backlash to Monique for speaking out against like how just Black women in the community present themselves in public, and that wearing bonnets and slippers and robes and pajamas to the airport or just out in public, we need to do better. And I'm literally watching this video and I'm just like, aw, like she said it in like the nicest, like sweetest way. And then I was like tying it back to just like the backlash and the energy that she was getting from like just Black women and everything like that. And I was like, how is this? Because if I see that, and well, I saw it, but I was just like, in my head, I'm like, all right, why are we so angry? Why are we so upset? Why are we making so many, like, spending so much energy and like making videos like, I don't know, just it seemed like a lot for someone that just like got online, shared her opinion. And to be honest, I don't follow her that closely at all, but just like the way she like shared how she felt about it, I was like, okay, like I see your point. And it's not something I personally do, but she didn't say it in a way that like I felt that like was just like, y'all are just trash. Like I just didn't get that vibe and energy. And she like laid it all out there, because you know certain topics can be talked about in a way that's just very attacking of people, but I just didn't get that energy at all. So when there was like all this backlash from it, I was like, that's like, why? And so one thing that I initially got from that was my mom, she would always tell me, because I was a person that responded first. Like I act first, think second. And so just growing up, my mom would always, like, she would tell me, she was like, don't be so quick to take offense or be offended or like take offense to things. And she would just keep repeating, like, don't be so quick to take offense to things. And so I kind of got that like ingrained in me to just take things as a grain of salt, even if they like, to the point, maybe it's to a fault of like, oh, okay, so even if this is something that like, it makes me like stop and think for a second. I'm like, you know what, maybe they didn't mean it like that. Maybe it's to a fault of like, they didn't mean it like that. But so I guess from like just from that, and just kind of like her telling me that all the time, and me kind of ingraining that into how I just approach things. Whenever I see something that's like, oh, I don't agree with, like my first thing isn't like, oh, let's just rage out about something like that. I'm like, all right, well, I could just like move on. The next thing was, it's just like, I just feel like, not even I just feel like, it's just a lot of the times, to be completely honest, just from being an observant person with, I am Black, so I'm a part of the Black community. It's just, there's sometimes things are said and it's just like, we can't even listen to constructive criticism. It's like, there's no place for anything at all. Anything, any type of like, you can't ask questions, there's no space for that. And it's such a frustrating thing, because you just, it's like, well, shoot, because I don't just blatantly just go along with everything. I'm like, yeah, I agree, like, blah, blah, like, it's like the, like, what, and then I'm just gonna follow y'all off the cliff? Like, no. Like, I like to ask questions to get a better understanding of things, but there's just this feeling of like there's no space to even question or hear or listen to what your elders have to say. And that's another thing my mom would teach me: just listen and just respect your elders. You don't need to just go off on and just, because the backlash was like to a point of like, good grief, just, it's okay. Like, no one's coming to like, you know, take your firstborn or anything. It's a freaking headscarf. So that's kind of just like initial thoughts of that whole thing. Cause I'm like, let me just go see this for myself. What's going on with this? Cause I'm like, everybody is so opinionated about it. So moving on from that, to my personal opinion about the bonnets. I do not go out of the house looking crazy. Like, me personally, I look crazy right now because I haven't finished my makeup. But me personally, I just, and to loop it back to my mother and my father, I had never seen her leave the house. If they were leaving the house, she would be dressed. Like, she never left the house with, the only time I did see her leave the house, one time she was getting micro braids done, and she was there, we were there forever. Cause I was homeschooled, we always went with her places, but my mom was getting micro braids done and she left that place with half her head done and she had to come back. She was walking around with, sorry mom. I remember she would have told me the same thing, but like, that's like the only, like, literally she went straight home. She did not leave or nothing. Like, I think my dad had to go to Boston Market to get dinner. Boston Market slapped back in the day. I don't know if y'all remember that, but yeah, she was not walking around the house, walking outside with her rollers in, whatever. Like, no. I guess just kind of coming from that, like my mom, she did not let us leave the house looking crazy at all. I should stop saying crazy, but my mom, she just did not let us like leave the house. Like, for example, my youngest brother, he played basketball and soccer, but majority basketball later on. He as he got older, he would try to like if we were going to dinner for like Mother's Day or you know, some sort of we were just going to dinner or something like that, not even for a holiday, but he would try to wear his slides with like his socks, because like as if he's going to basketball practice. My mom, she told him to go put on some real shoes. Guys, that's where I come from. She told my brother to go back inside and put on some real shoes. So that's like the space that I'm in. The space that I grew up in, and like I didn't see anything wrong with it. I'm just like, oh, you know, you just can't be leaving the house looking any type of way. So fast forward to even me in college, living by myself, like even if I would wear like sweatpants or something like that outside, if I was just gonna go run to Walmart, I would like fix myself, or like if I didn't quite, because you know, if you're at home, that's one thing, you can wear whatever you want, but like if I was like, okay, I need to go to Walmart really quick, and I was wearing the sweatpants with the big hole on the side, I would change to a different pair of sweatpants that weren't raggedy and tattered and everything like that. And I would brush my weave out, brush up my eyebrows. It was like my thing. I was just like, it takes like it literally takes 3 seconds. I'm like, whoosh, whoosh, time to go. Now I can leave the house. And I'm not saying I like went and did makeup and did my whole like a whole beat or anything like that, I just made sure that like I didn't have like crusties in my eyes, you know, boogers in my nose, tattered sweats. I put on actual shoes, and that was just habit. That was out of habit. I wasn't even like, it was second nature to me. So whenever, I guess when just hearing this conversation, I was just like, well, it's not like I do that anyway. I'm the one that's going to change into a different pair of sweatpants just so I can go to Walmart, and that's Walmart. Hey, Walmart was where you go whenever you know, stuff is cheap. I need to be cheap in college. But anyway, nothing against Walmart, but that's actually really, that's pretty. Hey, Deanna, I see you. You're trying your best today. Anywho, that's so pretty. I love that. So yeah, very much second nature to me to just leave the house like kind of like put together a little bit. I am all for looking your best. My brand is myself. And even before I started my blog and was a content creator, I just always had that standard for myself. It's like, I would tell myself, I was like, I never know who I'm gonna meet. If I'm at Walmart, if I'm on campus, if I go to Target, if I go downtown, like I just never knew. I always like told myself, Deanna, you never know who you're gonna meet. Like maybe you will meet some fashion person, or maybe you will run into like the principal of an architecture or design firm that you want to be a part of, or maybe you will like be scouted, me trying to boost myself, be scouted by a model, like an agent for like modeling or commercial or whatever. A girl can dream. And so I just always would have that in the back of my mind all the time. I'm not even kidding, because I just never like, you just never know. And that's like my like bottom line to you guys, is just like, because there's also like this argument that I've been hearing about, well, white people can wear messy buns and no one says anything about them. And it's, even to that, it's like, why do we want to be like, I don't care what anyone else is doing. Like, I don't want to be a part of the messy bun crew. And like, even then it's like, not being a part of a crew, it's like, okay, cool, like that's also a low standard as well. And I don't want to embrace that either. Like, I don't want to get on Zoom calls with my messy bun. It's like, I don't want to, if I don't have like my hair accessories in, or have my hair pulled back, or just like my hair done, like I'm not getting on any type of call for like my full-time job. And then I even hate getting on stories sometimes when I know that like my hair's a mess and I haven't like it's like passable for acceptable for me, but I'm still kind of like my hair's a little bit like frizzy and stuff like that. So it does, like, I do kind of like have that in the back of my head, because I just want to present myself as like in the best light. But you know, I'm keeping it real. It's not all, I don't always wake up, do my hair, and just ready to go. But if I am at the airport, or if I'm going somewhere to where I could potentially run into anyone famous, like I took a trip to LA a few years ago, And I was like, I'm flying into LAX. You never know who you'll meet there. Like, you never know who you're gonna be sat next to, like, just anywhere, honestly. And there's no way that I am going to be in my bonnet, in my, like, those little Uggs, like, sandal slipper things. I am next to, like, and I run into someone from, like, digital brand, is it a DBA? They're like an agency. Or I run into someone who's like another, like, large content creator, or someone like I can network with. There's no way you will never catch me. And if you do catch me in the airport looking a mess, like, tap me on the shoulder, just make sure it's me, take a picture, send it, DM me later. And then also, someone needs to call my therapist because I'm clearly going through something. But there's just no way. And that is the standard that I have for myself. And that's what I want to remind you guys, is that, like, the only person, like, at the end of the day, the only person looking out for you is you. And how you present yourself to the world matters. And I can't sway on that, because it's like, that's just something that I was raised to, because, like, yeah, it's just something that I was raised to believe. It's like, I'm a representation of, like, my parent, like, their parenting, who they are, my family name. And if I'm with someone, I'm a representation of my man, I'm a representation of my husband, like, I'm a representation of our family in the future. I'm a representation of my brand, my content, and everything like that. That is just, like, one thing I can definitely own and not second guess at all. And it literally takes 3 seconds, if you're just running to Wally World, to brush those eyebrows up and brush your hair out. You know, everyone has different circumstances. I understand that. You know, it's just kind of crazy that it's just like, I'm not talking to people that are like, you know, yes, I recognize, like, there's people that are struggling and things like that. And that's not the point I'm trying to make. I'm not trying to, like, villainize anybody. Oh, that's so pretty. I think I'm doing a good job here. I just want you ladies in my community to just, like, don't settle for, well, they're doing X, so I can just do it. It's like, no, just be better. Because you know what? It doesn't take that much to just go one step further, and then you're at a completely different standard than everyone else. And that, like, that's also what I'm recognizing in dating, like, these days. Like, these girls out here are freaking crazy, and they act a certain way. They respond to men, like, so aggressively. They are not kind-hearted, like, majority. I'm not saying everyone, but it's just because just, like, talking to, like, one of my friends about it, and, like, his experience with that shit, it's like, damn, I don't really have to do, I just have to show up. I'm better than most. I don't even have to try. I don't even have to try that hard. It's kind of that's sad. That is really, really sad. But that's what that's the thing that I want to get across, is, like, maybe that's the standard for everyone else, but just don't fight for being subpar. That just goes for everything in life. Like, fight to, like, keep improving upon yourself, keep being better, just keep going, like, go that extra step, because you are going to stand out amongst the rest. Like that, and that's, like, kind of what, like, blew me away with some of the, like, responses about this, is that, like, I just believe that it does not take that much to try. And here we are. We don't want to do that. That's what I get from, like, the other side. I don't agree with anyone attacking anyone, saying like, you need to like stop looking so lazy and stuff, blah blah blah. Like, that's also not how you go about it, because you just honestly, you never know what people are going through, and just like going about, like, someone could just have an off day, like that's one thing. But like, wow, it just got really dark in here. Someone can just have an off day, and we all have off days. We do. There is nothing against that, but I'm just saying, like, majority of the time, let's try and like be our best. Like, it's wild out there. Just, I'm like, Lord, I'm back on the street. I don't want to be here no more. I don't want to be here. I don't like it here. But I also didn't want to be looking back. That man needed to go. But take me off the streets. It's wild out here. So that's like my little, that's my eyeshadow. I think it looks okay. I always kind of get nervous whenever I do something bold, but I'm gonna clean up the, so those are my thoughts on that. I encourage everyone to just learn the ability to accept and listen to critique. And if it's not something that you like believe in, then it's fine to express that. But like, we don't have to start attacking each other to the point where it's like, I honestly feel like having any type of opinion other than like, you know, agreeing with the masses is like scary. But at the same time, it's like, that's not good either, because you never get any sort of like orderly, you know, dialogue from people. You just get, you know, increasingly loud just to get your point across, because you don't want to even hear what the other person has to say. I'm talking about like in-person conversations as well. That's like kind of like my last example there. It's like, damn. But it's okay to listen. I like to listen a lot. I do get to the point where I'm like spilling like my thoughts and opinions when it comes to certain things, especially when I get really comfortable with the people that I'm around. But initially, I like to like listen to what they have to say, ask questions. Oh, let me, sometimes there's just like certain conversations I'm like, you know what? I just don't even want to try and engage in a conversation about this, because I just don't want to get, it's just like a lot of energy to just get all riled up. Like, I just don't care that much, but I do have my own opinions, and I'm fine with sharing them, as long as like, hey, you share your opinions, and you share your opinions, and I'll like listen to yours and ask, like, and I want to have the ability to like feel comfortable enough to ask questions. Stuff like this, I'm like, okay, like, I do kind of feel like it's carrying yourself at like a lower standard just socially, and just like how you present yourself to the world. Like why is it, why are we fighting so hard for this? To look subpar, you know what I mean? It's not even like, oh, like this is like a cultural thing. It's like, nah, I'm good. Y'all can take that back. I kept the receipt. I'm just kidding. Now that like my face is being more done, it looks better. It looks so much better. I'm excited. Excited because I'm trying something new. that's where I stand. Guys, I love this, the NARS Soft Matte. It's like, this stuff will cover up a crime scene. The Soft Matte Concealer. Sorry, quick side note. Like, again, like, this is like personal preference, personal opinion. I definitely want to know your thoughts in the comments about everything that I like talked to y'all about or talked with y'all about, because I'm down to have conversation. I'm down to talk about it. I'm not down to like be screaming and hollering. That is not tolerated on my channel. You will be blocked. You won't even have your comment deleted. Not attack people within the community. Within the TVA community. We love each other here. But let's get these eyebrows on. I am not gonna show y'all that because that's just gonna be a waste of time. So, one sec. I'm gonna do my lips, but hold on. Okay, so final, I'm gonna fix my hair. This is the final like makeup look. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know if it's too much. Maybe because I'm not used to seeing this much like makeup on my face, and I'm not like dressed to match the look either. So very smoky, very purpley. I don't wear fake eyelashes that much, so I didn't do that, but yeah. I'm gonna show you the rest of my outfit just to complete the look, and that's that all that. I will have all of like the everything that I used for my makeup linked down below if you want to try it. Okay, this is the final look. I need to recurl this little piece of hair here, but I just added some more like bigger curls into my hair to kind of match my makeup. But let me show you my outfit. All right, so I am wearing this top that I got from ASOS from my spring wedding dress haul that I did. Summer wedding guest outfit inspiration. Wow. So from that video, I am styling the top with my favorite jeans from Zara. I feel like that's just like a cute casual look. And then I have my Jenny Bird jewelry on here. Oh, it's focusing. Yeah, so I have my Jenny Bird jewelry here, Jenny Bird necklace, then my little chain from Madewell. Oh, and then of course my ring. And then I have my platform sandals. High-heeled sandals, because I feel like I am going to be walking around a lot. I'm also I think I want to do like a bigger bag this time. I feel like I'm always doing like, oh my god, I cannot. I feel like I cannot grab that. And just like for a final like penning it about the discussion, I'm just here to say, like, I just wanted to share my opinions on everything when it comes to like the bonnets and just how we present ourselves to the world. You know, let's just not try and give anyone else any more of a reason to tack on to like people's opinions of Black women in the community. Besides that, because deep down I just have like just very little thought towards, you know, what everyone else does. Like, you can do what you want, but just know that like how you show up in the world. It's just how people perceive you. That's just how it is for anybody, and whether that's a messy bun or a bonnet. So let's just try and be above subpar, try our best, show up well. If you are having a bad day or going through a tough time, give yourself time. You know, if that's just like, we're not perfect, and it's not really about that. It's not really about always just being on. Like, majority of the time, try your best to show up well. I'm challenging y'all to do that. But yeah, that's all I have for you. Be sure to subscribe, hit the bell, leave your comments below. I would love to discuss anything that I had talked about in this video. I'm all here for an open, respectful conversation. And I will try and vlog these events coming up this weekend. But yeah, I love you guys. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.